yet? Sorry, I was running a bit late. Should hopefully be up and running now. Let me check. Yep, we are live. How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the live stream. Live stream, yeah. We're going to do another sketch card requested by you. So whoever out there has a suggestion of what I should draw, then let me know. But we gotta wait for people to come in first. Oh, I got a little Obi Kachobi hair flick there. Hello there. So wait for the chat to start coming in. Again, it's gonna be a suggestion stream. I've got some. My brother's gonna be coming on hopefully on Thursday, and that's when I'll be doing a Spider-Man the Animated Series commission that I have going. And then I have one other commission that I need to double check whether or not I can film it, but it has to do with Venom, which is pretty cool. As we've already done a Venom, but this would be a slightly different Venom with another character, so we will have to wait and see. And yeah, so that's what we're in. How's it going, Green Day? Anyone from 90s cartoons? Well, be more specific. It seems like you're the first person here, so you've got first dibs to suggest. I'm also going to be drinking a little bit of scotch during this, so don't tell anybody. So yeah, like I said, I'm waiting to see if I can show these other commissions that I'm doing in the background on camera. There's one I definitely can't because it's a birthday present, which is a lot of fun. But once that birthday present has been received, I will share that image on social media. Just for now, I gotta keep this up. Hello, how's it going? So again, we're doing a suggestion, so please suggest characters for me to draw, and I will draw them up with this pencil. Major Glory or Val Hallen in your style? Val Hallen. Who's Val Hallen? Oh, the guitar guy, right? I'll do Val Hallen. Yeah, I'll do Val Hallen. Sure, let's do that. Let me get some reference up for him. Val Hallen from Dexters. Look at him. Amazing. Alright, let's draw Val Hallen from Dexter's Laboratory, shall we? This should be interesting. So, I guess I gotta do his... Because the whole thing is his hair covers his eyes, doesn't it? From above or below. Slightly above. So starting with a little circle here, which is the Andrew Loomis method of how to start drawing the head. You start with a circle. This middle center line here is pretty much where the eyebrows go. Do another little line that's roughly where the eyes will go and the nose. But I like to skip just to putting in where I want the chin, because that will tell me the proportions. Because not everybody like this. The Andrew Loomis method is to how to draw a perfect symmetrical face, but not everyone's face is perfectly symmetrical. But it's good to put those guidelines in, even if it's not symmetrical. I don't really do this too much digitally, because digital you have the luxury of tweaking stuff, but I definitely do it traditionally, and I'm teaching myself to do it more, going back to basics, just so there's less mistakes made. So after I've inked it and stuff, I'm not like, oh man, why didn't I do that? So it looks like Val Hallen's got a huge neck. He's a big ripped dude with a tiny waist as well. If you're just joining the stream, we are drawing Val Hallen from Dexter's Laboratory. Putting in the clavicle muscle there, which is basically like handlebars. And then I should put a bit of his guitar his bright pink guitar. I'll have to put a bit of it in here. And with guitars, the frets, they get skinnier as they go down. So I'm just drawing the guitar in there because he's obviously going to be rocking out with his socks out. This line here where the brow would be, it seems like he's got a bandana, so put a little bandana here. His hairline goes to the center top of his head. Put some nose in there. Give him a big goofy smile. Excuse me, my hand was hurting. I had to click my knuckles. And since he's smiling, we'll put a bit of roundness to the side of his cheeks. He's got some things sticking up out of his bandana here. I'll hop back on the chat after I do the pencils, because I'm looking at the reference on my phone, and that's how I look at the whatchamacallit, the chat. Right, so his eyes would be here, so I just drew them in there temporarily. So I know what I need to cover. Let's get a hand going in here. I like to draw little circles for the knuckles. I like to start with the pointer finger because it seems to dictate what the rest of the fingers are going to be doing. But when you draw a guy playing guitar, you can pretty much make up where the fingers go, because unless you actually play guitar, you're not really going to know. I do play guitar, but I'm not going to like make it so he's playing a chord or anything like that. You kind of make, when you draw someone playing guitar, I like to think of it like basically like their fingers are broken, because they're in mid movement and stuff like that, and they're stretching in places. He's just shredding with his extremely deep cut top. And then obviously we got to get these glorious locks coming in. I used to love Dexter's Lab as a kid. One of my favorite shows. Always made me laugh. And I guarantee if I watched... I haven't watched it in a long time, but I bet if I watched it today, I would definitely still laugh. Okay, and then let's his shirt. We'll probably just make the shirt solid black, I think. And then when he played guitar, did like lightning strike or anything? I'll make that happen anyway. I'm gonna put some cool lightning going on in the background. So he looks like he's rocking Val Hallen, and I'll put like a bit of you know, stars in the sky and stuff like that. Okie dokies, there's our basic pencils. Bring the chat back up. Yoda, that would have been a good one. Hello, what are you drawing? I'm drawing Val Hallen. I always loved how they portrayed Val Hallen as a surfer party dude, like, I have the power. Oh yeah, thou shalt love my roommates. Yeah. Yeah, he's kind of like Mikey in a sense from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, isn't he? Just trying to have a good time. McPepper Games, how's it going? He used to ride the guitar like a floating surfboard, and I believe he had lightning powers from it. Awesome. I mean, he's awesome. It's a great character. Let's get into inking him up. The Ragnaroker. That's amazing. I'm pretty sure the guy who created, or the team that created Dexter's Lab, they also made Samurai Jack. Is that right? Or was they just used the same artist? The Ragnaroker. It's amazing. I used to play a game when I was like 13 years old on the PC called Ragnarok online, which was like a big MMO. It was the only MMO I ever played. I don't know if that rings a bell for anybody out there. I don't think it was super popular, but I used to love it as a kid. But I just read that they called his guitar his mighty axe. Yeah, I think that's right. Samurai Jack, yeah. That was it. You know what? I'm gonna put Samurai Jack in my voting for my character thing. I love Samurai Jack too. It's one of the best cartoons ever made. And where can you watch Dexter's Lab? Is it on anything? Any streaming stuff? I remember like 5 years ago, I think I saw it on Netflix at one point. I'm going to get a thicker pen here to do some of this hair so it has a nice bit of difference in the line. Just for a few lines. I remember watching Dexter's Lab as a kid, and he cut a piece of his hair off to do experiments to make him a superhero. So guess whose mum found a piece of his hair in the water in the freezer? You know what? That's probably one of the best episodes of Dexter's Lab. I think he tries to get the Human Torch's powers and Spider-Man's, but he actually turns like into a spider. And then I think Dee Dee comes in the lab and she gets superpowers by accident or something like that. I also remember one of my favorite episodes of all time of that show. Wow, I haven't even thought about it in ages. It just came back to me now. Was when Dexter changed spots with a foreign exchange student from Japan, and there was like a Godzilla essentially breaking out in Japan, and Dexter used the giant robot to fight the monster. And oh man, I used to love that episode. What a good show. Really imaginative stuff. I used to love Courage the Cowardly Dog as well. I do like spooky stuff. Powerpuff Girls, which I think is also made by the same person, is it not? I need to look up who this creator is because I guess I really dig their stuff. So if you just joined the stream now, we're drawing Val Hallen from Dexter's Laboratory. Remember these frets get thinner as they go down. And I don't think he had any spots on the fretboard of his guitar. But we'll put some anyway because it just adds a little bit of extra detail. So if anybody doesn't play guitar, the little 2 dots at the bottom means that the guitar has hit 12 notes, and there are only 12 notes that you can hit until you hit the same note again. So that's why it's double marked as it is in octave. I used to be very into my music and performing. I used to be in bands, sing and play lead guitar, but I don't know, I haven't done that in a long time. More focused on making comic books. I believe Samurai Jack and the Professor from Powerpuff Girls is the same actor. There were fan theories that Jack is the Professor in a different time period or something. Well, that's interesting. Well, it's not the same voice actor though, right? Because that's Phil Lamar, who used to be on Mad TV sketch comedy, and also is the guy in Pulp Fiction called Marv, who gets his face shot off by John Travolta in the car by accident, which is hilarious. Oh man, I shot Marv in the face. One second. Where is my pack of pens? Got a pack of different coloured multi-liners for the lightning. Which I'm going to do in a very scribbly line so it has a bit more energy. So it comes off appearing like actual lightning. One thing that amazes me about art is that you can see the sense of speed from a pen forever on a page. There we go. Alright, let's erase this and get going. Do you like Power Rangers, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? Hey Piercy, how's it going? I was never into Power Rangers. It just was never something that resonated with me. My brother liked Power Rangers, but I just was never into it. And you think I would be, because I like quite a lot of manga and anime and stuff. But the big monster versus the big robot type stuff, even though I said that's my favorite Dexter's Lab, it's never really been my jam. And that's kind of what Power Rangers was to me. It was like we got to team up and do a bunch of flips. I know, as a kid I thought it was a bit silly. But do I like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? It's one of my favorite properties of all time. I love the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And I specifically love IDW's interpretation of it. Matthias Santuco? I don't know how you spell his name. The best Turtles artist of all time. Hands down. Do you have a dream guitar brand, style? I own a deluxe American Fender Stratocaster, which is my baby. And I've had that now for 13 years. And I love that guitar. I'm definitely a Strat guy. But I do have a deep love for Gibsons and those fat bodies, because I'm a huge Southern rock fan, like the Allman Brothers specifically, and jam bands. So they all use pretty much fat bodies, and I dig that. I have a fat body myself, so you think I'd use it myself? But no, I guess if I had to have a dream guitar, I don't know. I have my dream guitar. I'll just say that now. I have a deluxe American Fender Stratocaster, and it's awesome. The tones, baby. Those Stevie Ray Vaughan tones. Alright, so let's get to coloring this bad boy. I'm sorry to say, it's going to be another lit from the back. Because there's lightning behind him. I know I keep doing lighting from the back. But you know what? Just deal with it, okay? Leave some room there for the rim light. And put a line as a shadow underneath his little bandana. Nice Ivy 95 Strat and a bunch of Epiphone guitars. My dream would be a Gibson Les Paul or a Gibson Les Paul Jr. Yeah, they're dope. My friends, I've played a real Les Paul. They're amazing. I have some friends that have them in the States. They are quite the guitar. What am I missing here? I feel like I'm missing a pen. Oh no, it's an E instead. Sorry, I'm talking to myself. Yeah, I'm pretty sure when I was like 8 or something, I met Les Paul, because I think when I lived in New Jersey, he used to play quite regularly at a club about 45 minutes away from me, and I remember just being like this is the guy that invented the Les Paul guitar. Like, what a legend. Go, I'm rocking out. Hey Pissy, I'm drawing Val Hallen from Dexter's Laboratory. If you couldn't tell, geez Louise. Only one of the coolest characters ever. I know he would come to BB King's in New York City a bunch, but unfortunately never met him. Yeah. I never went to BB King's. I really wish I did. I've seen BB King live, though. I saw him live in 2007 or 8. He came to New Jersey. I saw a show. Incredible. And I'm so thankful I got to see him live. He's one of the best of all time. I'm a big fan of all the Kings. Freddie King, Albert King, and BB King. Amazing. I would have to say, out of the bunch, that Freddie King is my favorite, because he's got a bit of that funk to him, and funk is my favorite style of music. But BB King would definitely be second. But I do love Albert King as well, because basically he invented the style, for the most part, that Stevie Ray Vaughan plays, that piercing, loud guitar playing. I was a few feet away from Slash once. Absolutely awesome. That's cool. I mean, I think Slash is a pretty good guitarist. Not mostly my cup of tea, but you know, he does have a lot of good solos and guitar work, so I can't fault him for that. I think Walk This Way is probably my favorite, especially with the Run DMC rapping over it. Even though it's not rapping, they're just singing the lyrics that are already there, but they're just, yeah, that's the best. And I met Max Weinberg, drummer of Bruce Springsteen, at work one day. That's cool. I'm not a huge Bruce Springsteen fan, but that's still really awesome. Nice. Sorry, I'm too young to watch a lot of Dexter's Laboratory. I like modern cartoons. So if you like modern cartoons, what do you watch then? Because I'm so out of the loop of what people watch. I wouldn't know. I mean, I haven't watched cartoons in a long time. Besides Spider-Man the animated, besides rewatching stuff that I love from when I was a kid. So I don't know what are the big cartoons. And when I say cartoons, I'm thinking, what are the big ones that are more associated, they're meant for kids. Not like Rick and Morty and stuff like that. I'm sure you could find Dexter's Lab on Kids Cartoon or something like. Yeah, no, I could easily watch it for free online if I wanted to, but I'd rather just have it on a streaming platform. I don't really like to pirate stuff anymore because I know the effects of it in terms of my business with comics. Pirates are really killing our business, so I've stopped my pirating ways. It's not like I don't have a bit of money now to support things, so, and that is not a humble brag. That's just saying that I can't afford to pay for something. I'm just gonna shut up because I just sound like a douche. You know what I'm trying to say. They may have it on the Cartoon Network app as well. I didn't know Cartoon Network had an app. I don't know if that'd be available in England because England doesn't have Cartoon Network. There's a lot of shows that I grew up on in America that just my wife has never heard of them, just never made it over. But there is a lot of cross as well. Dexter Lab over Hulu. England doesn't have Hulu either, but thank you though. Don't watch many kids' cartoons because they kind of make the audience seem belittling. Yeah, that I feel like that's a lot of problems with cartoons past the 90s and the early 2000s was they started making cartoons for very young audiences. Because I had the luxury of being a kid having, Batman the Animated Series and Spider-Man and stuff, where they just treated it like it was an adult audience watching it, which with that, making it still suitable for children. And that to me was, I loved it, and that's why I love it still today. That's why it stands the test of time. But when they go too kid friendly, it's bad. It's bad news. But I think that probably happened because there must have been some shows that were selling really well or something like that, or really popular, that all shows probably try to mimic it. And then all the ones that are smart also have too many seasons to catch up with. If you have a VPN, you can change your IP. Oh yeah, I know. I know all about VPNs. I'm too lazy when it comes to that stuff. A lot of people in my extended family have tried to get me on the VPNs, but I can't be asked. Mr. Imperfect, how you doing? Hope you're doing well this quarantine. Take care, love from India. From India, awesome. Well, thank you for tuning in. I wonder what time it is in India. I've never been to India. Actually, no, I think I have been into India when I was a child. A lot of my family used to live in India. Great place. Okie dokie. And then we got to get this ridiculous coloured guitar now, don't we? Which is pretty much a big pink guitar. I miss Invader Zim and Danny Phantom. Now, Danny Phantom was a bit past my time, but I do remember Invader Zim, and I remember it being very quirky and weird, and a bit too quirky for my taste, but I still respect it for what it was. It definitely had stuff in it that made me chuckle. I was definitely more a Cartoon Network kid than a Nickelodeon kid growing up. But I mean, I watched both anyway. But back in the 90s, late 90s and early 2000s, everything was about something versus something. It was like Sega versus Nintendo, Cartoon Network versus Nickelodeon. Like, you had to be on the side of WCW versus WWF. Like, you had to be on the side of something. It's around 11 p.m. here. I also wanted to be a combo artist as a child. Awesome. Well, thanks for staying up late and tuning in. Okay. Some of the basic colors here, and then we need to bleed in some blue from the background. Onto his hair, the reflective light of the lightning. Did you and Alex ever watch Spectacular Spider-Man? Yeah, I watched it not when it was first on TV, but afterwards. And it was pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. It was a different take on Spider-Man. And if you know me from the podcast, I'm not a big fan of Spider-Man in high school. I just feel like that time of Spider-Man was very small in the comics compared to him in college and working for the Daily Bugle and stuff like that. That's my favorite time of Spider-Man is at university and working for the Bugle. The high school stuff, I don't know. I'm not super into just high school stuff in general. And it's not my cup of tea, but yes, that's the one quarrel I have with that. You know, making everyone in high school like Eddie Brock and stuff like that. It was a bit jarring, but it was not a terrible show. I will give you that. There we go, I got the blue coming in there. Actually, I need to put some blue on the guitar as well. I like Spider-Man the animated series the best because of all the different villains and storylines. Yeah, I like Spider-Man the animated series too. It's nostalgic and also it's good writing and just a lot of fun. solid black. Because from here I got a solid black Copic here. There's his solid black shirt. And then for the background, I need to put that in. Let's see here. I'd love to see a live action or cartoon where Peter is a high school science teacher and still works the Bugle on the side. Did he ever? He did do that at some point, didn't he? He was a. He did work at a school as a teacher. I think so. I'm pretty sure there's. So I remember John Romita Jr. drawing him as a teacher. Could have been a Dan Slott thing, I'm not sure. I want to see a Marvel's Earth X or Marvel's X movie. Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. All that stuff will be coming, won't it? I think they'll make something out of everything. I want to see a Great Lakes Avengers thing. That'd be awesome. Like a black comedy, Great Lakes Avengers. With a bunch of people with superpowers that aren't that great. Trying to get up to like the actual Avengers level and live up to them. And have to end up saving the world themselves. I think that would be a lot of fun. I think that people would resonate with that very well. Okay, got the sky in there, and then missing some colours down here. And then I'm going to just go back in with a bit more of shadow. Because I feel it's been lost along the way. A bit of his skin tone back because it was getting a bit too sort of grey, and then his hair needs a bit darker tones to it. Still needs to go a bit darker on this hair. Just where it's fully away from the light. And let's go even darker here. Using W's for this, warm Copics. to W7, and that's a bit too dark, so let's bring some darkness back into it. Like so. And then, what do I need to do now? Let's go with some final inks. Let's see it here. Yeah, he was a teacher for a bit, and then left to, I think, continue working at the Bugle. This is like the 2000s. I want to see Great Lakes Avengers, but with Deadpool in it. Yep, that'd be awesome. I have a couple comics from that time, and Spidey goes to the negative zone, and with the help of Doctor Strange in order to save one of his students that were kidnapped. That sounds pretty cool. I want to see a Deadpool, the Duck, and Spider-Man crossover. Yes. And Wolverine solo series. Yes. I want to draw, desperately, a Wolverine solo series. I had so much fun drawing him. That yes, I'd love to do that. So we're just going now a final pass with a brush pen, just to thicken up some inks where we think they need to be thickened up. Under his hair there. On his chest. A little bit, but not too much around this guitar. And then his hand definitely needs to be outlined more. So, let's take this micron back. Some smaller details that need to go back into it. Jokey. There we go. Just gonna put a bit of cast shadow from his hair across his face like that. What would Deadpool be in Spider-Ham's universe? I just found out he's Dogpool. Yeah, I guess he's Dogpool. I don't know. I never drew him in the series, but Zeb purposely gave me characters that he wanted to see, and then we also created a couple characters. I created a character all by myself on a big splash page in issue 5. I created Union Quack, who is the duck version of Union Jack. And I was very proud to do a British character like that in that book. Yeah, that book was a lot of stupid fun. A lot of stupid fun. I need to stop. I keep fiddling with the art, and that's what I always do when I need to stop. I don't have a comic to give away today. I need to go dig them out from my garage, so I apologize for that if you've been waiting for a free comic. I just feel bad because all I've got is like 1, 2, and 3 of Spider-Ham, so I wish I had more variety to give away. Forgot to add his actual teeth in there. Let's see here. I kind of want to bring a bit of yellow, a bit more cartoony yellow into his hair, because right now it's a bit too desaturated, and I feel like the cartoon, had the proper yellow. So there we go. That makes it a bit more cartoony, and makes his hair, I think, just pop a little bit more. And what else do I want to do with this? His bandana is not working for me. I just wanted to give it a bit of that. It's a bit silvery. That, and then bring a bit more blue into it. Frog Blade. Yeah, his name's not Blade. What's the Frog Blade called? I can't remember. I forgot what Blade's name is. But that was also a really fun character. And the skin is not popping exactly the way I want it to. I'm trying to do a bit lighter, cartoonier colours with this, as it is based on a very cartoony show. So I'm going to try and bring a bit more pink into it. Blog. No, his name's not Blog. I think there's a guide that's going to come out in the trade or something like that to tell you guys exactly the names of all the characters that not only did we create, but the characters that are in it, because it is confusing. Another bit of gel pen in the background here, the white, to sort of add a bit more to this electric, so it feels like there's proper lightning going on. Then I'm going to add some stars. And the key to stars is variation, some big ones, some little ones, little clusters. That's the key with any art, really. Variation. Don't repeat stuff. Keep it varied. I'm going to choose some random stars to make big, splashy stars that are proper shining. Like so. Now we're cooking. So I'm going to bring a bit of this blue back into this yellow that we went over. So we can really get that feeling of reflective light working here. Let's bring a bit more onto his skin. A bit on the side of his face. When will Spider-Ham come out? Spider-Ham is, well, 1 through 4 is out already, but the rest isn't out yet. Spider-Ham, the final issue of Spider-Ham is coming out next month in June. I just don't know the exact time that's coming out. Okie dokie, I think we're done. So we have Val Hallen from Dexters Laboratory. Just adding a bit more inks underneath the spots where it meets his headband. There we go. I need to walk away from this one. I've actually really enjoyed doing this, so thank you for the suggestion. It was something different, and I appreciate that. What do I need to do? I just wanted to I got a silver pen here. I just wanted to make the frets. Dots silver like that. Maybe these frets silver as well. There we go. So I don't know if you can't really see it on here, but when it catches the light, it just adds a little bit more to this, because it, you know, when it catches the light, makes this piece sort of stand out a bit more. Cool. I like that. Actually, I should keep this pen with my other pens, because that's a good little pen to use. All right, I need to put my signature somewhere. Again, I didn't leave myself any space to put my signature. Go, put it there. And there you have it. Val Hallen from Dexter's Laboratory. Let me go into the chat to see if I missed anything. Frogblade's versus Animal Morbius. That sounds awesome. I can't remember what Frogblade's name is. It's going to drive me nuts. I love that they also had the Fantastic Fur with Mr. Fantastic. Yep, Mr. Fantastic. He was fun to draw too. Let me hold this up to the other camera so you guys can get a clearer look of the drawing we did today. I think it turned out super fun. I love Spider-Ham and how you draw him and the rest of Lateral Earth. Thank you very much. Does Rogan, Doe Rogan solo series? Who's Doe Rogan? Like Joe Rogan? Doe Rogan. I don't know. Anyway. Thank you very much for watching, guys. I'll be back tomorrow with another stream. I'm trying to get some guests on. And then Thursday, I'll be with my brother. So, thanks for watching. And see you guys next time.